the drama starts. Lap 30, 8 laps to go. Sandobi hoping to take advantage of these lapped cars. Poleski dives onto the right side. Very aggressive here. This is lap 4. The two Viceroys. Bill Frazier ahead of Matt Poleski. Frazier's off. Frazier hit the grass. You hit that tire wall, your day is done. Well, now it's lap 20. The Williams still trying to get around the Terrell team as he'll go around the lap car and around those at the same time. At the same time, he's got the inside corner. Will he ride the curb? Yes, he will. He will get him on the inside. Vito Maria leading us all into Moss's corner. Look at the beauty as his right side will cook the grass. A 180, no, a 360. Oh. Who will yield going into this corner? It's really not meant for too wide as it will be Gernald. Gernald will yield. Lots of smoke picking up from that Williams car. He is pushing it to the absolute limit. 26 of 30 now. Only 4 laps to go. He's going to get the run coming out the final corner. He's going to pull up side by side with the leader. It's going to be a drag race to the finish. Who is going to get there first? It's going to be...
In 1976, James Hunt bested Niki Lauda here, but to no avail as Lauda would still go on to win the Formula One championship that year. That was just one of the great battles over the years of Formula One racing at Mosport. Now, it's time to get in our time machine and head back to another era of speed. So sit back and get ready as we bring you all the retro open wheel action from Green Flag to Victory Donuts can be seen here live as it happens here on the Global SimRacing Channel. Flying high above beautiful Ontario, Canada, way up in the press box to bring you all the action is Richie Hearn and yours truly, Sean Ambrose, our director, Amjad Yaman, armed with cameras, aim, zoom, to focus by our GSRC camera guru, Dougie Beard. If you've brought cyberspace into your place, and over the next few streaming award-worthy minutes, GSRC will bring you all the storylines and all the stats and facts you'll need to appreciate the 38 laps of simulated historic open wheel racing that will immediately follow. Now, let me bring in our good friend Richie Hearn and have him take you around Mosport here and relive a little history.
Thank you, Sean. Welcome, everybody. Here we are at Canadian Tire Motorsports Park, or more commonly known as Mosport. It is located in Bowmanville, Ontario, Canada, just east of Toronto. One of the things to point out as we look at the track map is that this 2.5-mile layout that you see on screen is pretty much how this place looked when it opened in 1961. And it's all a rarity nowadays that racetracks aren't altered in some form or fashion to adapt the demands of modern safety. That said, the majority of these corners, these 10 corners, are fast sweepers with lots of elevation change. That means passing opportunities will be at a premium. Moss Corner looks to be the best one on paper, but it's really, really risky to attempt it into there. Expect most passes to happen at the end of the long straight into the S's. The real worry for most of these drivers is Clayton, turn 2. In real life, the runoff is now paved, meaning it's not as dangerous, but here in iRacing version, you still got that grass to the outside. I can almost guarantee you that a few races will end at this blind, scary corner. But to really show you how terrifying it can be, let's head to the GSRC lap guide.
All right, we've got Amjad Yaman in the GSRC Lotus 79, so let's do a lap around Mosport. Coming down to turn 1, you can tell right away that this track is both bumpy and fast. Be careful not to get too wide at the exit, or else you'll spin the car across the track and smack the wall. Then comes Clayton, which will offer very little chance to react if something goes wrong ahead of you. You're absolutely flying through this blind bend, so running in traffic will be nerve-wracking. After that, you hit Quebec, which really opens up on the exit, so getting to the right line and getting to the power as soon as you can will be critical through here. Keep it flat to the floor down through turn 4, but hold the car to the left and try to keep her steady over the bumpy braking zone. Throttle control coming out of Moss will be make or break. It dumps you onto the long Andretti straight, so drivers that know the limit of traction will be finding those extra few tenths. And that's incredibly difficult in a car with this much horsepower coming out of a turn that slow. Climbing back uphill, expect the draft to play a part in the racing with the big hole this car punches in the air. Once you come to the last crest, stay to the left and swing it into the S's. Passes will be possible around the outside, so watch for drivers to try and hold on and then claim the apex for turn 9. Be wary of the inside curb around White's Corner, and as you bring it to the line, we've now finished a lap around Mosport.
And that's Amjad Yaman in the GSRC Lotus 79. And boy, I'll tell you what, it is a very, very fast lap around here as we get qualifying in right now. Just 5 minutes to go, and it's already a 107. Take that back. It's a 107.9 as Timu Vascalampi goes to the top. But while they qualify, let's look at the driver standings here real quick. Jarno Frisch on top, and on top by quite a bit. I don't think he's going to be passed here at this point. Nuno Moreira, 40 points back. That's a long way to come with two races left. Matt Wood, 120 points there in third. Looks to hold on to that. Leard Hughes is 197 out. So looks like most of our championship at the front is pretty well locked up. Kaya Ruokola, who needs a big race today to maybe get up to that 4th spot in front of Leard Hughes. So we'll keep track of Kaya's progress as the race goes on. Let's look at the team standings because it is tight at the top between Albalade, Saudia Racing, Team Williams, and Legia Gitan, just 6 points back. And Parmalat Racing, Team Brabham, not quite out of this thing yet. They've got to look over their shoulder at Scuderia. Ferrari, Spa-Sifak, they are just 15 points out of this. Auto Delta, Alfa Romero, they've slipped here in the points with Scuderia coming up too. It's going to be tough for them to get much further up unless they have a great run today and maybe get advantage over Parmalat. But it is an interesting battle we have left in the team standings, Richie. Now, always new people coming in, want to watch these broadcasts and retro series. Well, it's a little bit different, but why don't you run over the race details with everybody real quick?
Yeah, here we are for the race details for round 11 of 12. We do have 4 driver drops and 2 team drops. The race is going to be 38 laps, so it's going to be a short one today. Setups are open, but they do not stop for fuel. We do have our standard 17X incident cap, and they'll just using the official iRacing points here.
All right, Richie. Now, this track today, honestly, would you consider this more like the super speedway of road racing?
It's fast for sure. I mean, there's really, the turn leading on the straightaway, the back straightaway, is really the slowest corner. The rest of it, it's just got a great flow to it. I enjoyed racing here. I raced here in Atlantics back in 94, 95, and it is a little scary, but, it's rewarding as well. So these cars are suited perfectly for this track.
Yeah, we've got a big field today, 27 cars here. Jarno Frisch at the top right now after his first lap, just toppled by Juha Norlampi on his second and final lap with a 106.6. Frisch with a 106.7. Wow, the top is littered with great times right now, Richie. Oh, and
absolutely.
Frisch just goes to the top with a 106.4 on his second lap.
And one thing I noticed is, I don't think Antti Lepisto has put in a lap yet.
I don't see one. He's on track, but don't have a lap for him. Here comes Ruokola, and Ruokola just completing that second lap, and that gets Ruokola up to third. There's Lepisto with a lap. Rockets up the board to 5th, Richie.
Yeah, we got top 5 all in the 106s there, about a half a second apart, 4/10. So very close up front. And you will be able to make some passes on this track, so it should be a great race to watch.
I see maybe a couple of first-timers here today for the broadcast. We have a Frank Vinendijk, I think is how you might say that. Frank Vinendijk from the Benelux Club. Don't recall seeing him here before. Tibor Whitman, Tibor. I'm going to go with Tibor. Tibor Whitman from the UK and I. So, you guys coming in today and hanging out. Rene Oliveira Leal from Brazil. Pretty diverse field here today.
Yeah, they do get a lot of diverse drivers from all over the world for this series here on Sunday mornings.
Oh, and Lepisto with that second lap gets it up to third. So Lepisto waiting late there and making his presence felt very quickly here. Man, that is a tough top 5 right there. You've got Frisch, Norlampi, Lepisto, Ruokola, and Moreira, and that's about the 5 best drivers in this series.
Yeah, and I do notice that Ove is buried down in 13th spot, I believe. And, he was right up there last race. He was right up front with these guys, so must have struggled a little bit here.
I think it's pretty safe to say we can go over the grid now. Well, let's see. We've got Ove. Ove's finished his second lap already. So let's go to the grid, Richie. Get this in pretty quick. We got a big field today. Take the front row, and it's going to be Jarno Frisch and Juha Norlampi. Richie?
Row 2 is going to be Annie Lepisto and Kalle Ruokola.
All right. Row 3, Nuno Moreira and Sergio Fernandez.
On row 4 will be Timo Vascalampi and Daniel Guttuso.
All right. Row 5, Gilles Tau and Frank Vinendijk. We'll go with Vinendijk.
Coming up on row 6 will be Pablo Suarez and John Stevens.
Row 7, Ove Trengrade. That's where he's going to wind up today in 13th. Michael Morris in 14th.
Row 8 will be Adnan Dizderevek, Robert Simpkins.
You did pretty good with that. Good job. Row 9, Fernando Ferreira and Steve Sarles.
Row 10 will be Richard St. John and Antonio Accaradiacono.
All right, 21st, Francisco Javier Gutierrez and Andrew Eng back with us today in his Lotus 79.
Row 10 will be Tibor Whitman and Rene Oliveira and Leo.
All right, in 25th place today, David Porcidu. James Stinson will start 26th, and Johnny Bell starting 27th today. And as we get them all here on the grid, we will have a standing start here today in the Lotus 79. And boy, the first trip down to turn 1 going to be a lot of fun. But honestly, I have a feeling they're going to be stacking them pretty deep going into 2 once they get up to a full head of steam there, Richie.
Yeah, this is a tough place for a standing start because it goes down. I mean, it's just flat out through 1 and then 2. Not much room, but I don't think these guys are going to give each other room too much. So it'll be interesting to see how it all stacks up when you get down to the end of the Moss Corner area.
All right, there's the whine of the Lotus 79 engines. The lights are on. Hold your breath, and here they go. Jarno Frisch with a big start at the front. Already battling down into turn 1, side by side. Oh, just back behind them. Very, very close racing. Juha Norlampi gets into second. Frisch going to make it through Clayton here clean. Get himself down into Quebec. They've already gone line astern. The front 7 have.
Got a couple people off in turn 1 and in turn 2.
Boy, it looks like it was a tough start for Porcido, Suarez, and Dizdarevec. But at the front, they get down into Moss for the first time. Juha Norlampi already battling to try and get around Frisch. Frisch gets the exit clean all the way down the Mario Andretti straight.
The slipstream should be very strong here. And, already we're coming up to the end of lap 1, so it's going to go by fast here.
Yep, and new Juha looks to make the first move, and he doesn't. Backs out of it there, thinks better of it as they got to get ready to turn left here. And then quickly back to the right. And that is a lap already in the books here. Let's take a look at the replay here with Daniele Gattuso. He had trouble here early. Down in Moss, Gattuso going to clatter over the curbs and
looks like he just got a little loose, overcorrected, and out to the outside edge. A bunch of people flipping right there. Wow, that was a big wreck.
We'll go on board with David Porcido. His car still sits in the pit after that wreck there. The Italian driver getting a run here down to the first turn. It all goes...
Had nowhere to go, just no fault of his own, just the way it is.
Richard St. John making a move on Michael Morrison back here. This is for 11th. He was in the tow. Morrison goes a little defensive. These two are going to battle. I'm sorry, my bad. That was Antonio Arcidiacono. Had my colors mixed up there. I need a rod and cone adjustment. Soup, where are you? Yeah, Antonio already picking up 8 spots, Richie. Gets himself up to 12.
Must have struggled in qualifying, so he's definitely got a fast car. And like I said, this is a place you can make the passes. So if he's got a quick car, he's going to move his way up.
All right, let's jump back up front. Cherno Frisch starting to pull away a little bit on the Preacher. Just behind them, Lepisto, Kyle Ruocola already having a spirited battle. Look for Ruocola here to get a run up the Mario Andretti straight. The track not too hot today. It's only about 28 degrees Celsius on track, so not blistering out here today. Gonna have a little bit of grip. Cars look pretty stable so far, Richie.
Yeah, everybody's running about pretty close to time-wise, and not seeing a lot of mistakes by the leaders. So I've seen when we've done these races in the past, they always say tires are hard enough that it's not really an issue. So it's really going to come down to just who has the best setup overall. You can really trim this car out for the straightaway, but you're going to give up some in these corners, like turns 1 and 2. So but so far so good for the leaders here.
Arcidiacono back here in 12th, already pressuring Michael Morrison, looking to get another position here on the grid. Morrison,
he's close right up on the back of Michael. Didn't take him long, so I'm expecting him to get a good run out of Moss Corner here, and maybe get a 2-4-1 here. I don't know. We'll see. He's coming up to it right now.
Morrison struggled just a little bit there on exit. Car was up on top of the curb, got a little loose.
Doesn't look like Antonio's going to be close enough for the pass, but Michael might be. He's going to go around the outside here, at least try.
Yeah, you talked about that in the pre-race, Richie. It's a thing of beauty when it can be pulled off.
Yeah, you really got to go around that corner on the outside. You got to squeeze that dude on the inside down to make him lift a little bit, but that gave Antonio a chance to close up on him here. Probably the best battle on the track right now. The leaders are all kind of separated out by 7/10 or a second.
Morrison goes to the outside, and Moss.
That's a tough place to do that.
I'm sorry, Moss in Quebec. We're going to Moss now.
He's got to have the inside now, but he's going to be on the outside. Ooh, wow! He just chopped his nose right off, and he's taking it. But it's going to give Antonio a chance here as well. That was brave.
Yeah, it was. And Antonio sitting right under the gearbox. That steps out quick. Doesn't even wait to get any of that toe. He said, "No, I'm going to take this on horsepower." Climbing the hill of the Andretti straight. That is another spot.
You just got to cut him off, take the air off his front wing, and focus on the guy right in front of you.
All right, up to 6th. Timo Vascalampi. Sergio Fernandez.
Yeah, Timo's got a little bit of a train of cars going on behind him. And he's going to have to fight hard to hold on to that 6th position. Sergio looks pretty hungry for this.
Yeah, he does. Sergio wants it back. He's been passed by Timo Vascalampi. Looking to get this back now. Oh, Timo got a really nice exit there, Richie.
That's the key. You got to get the drive off that corner, and it didn't look like he really did, but he's got John Stevens now right up behind him. They're kind of just dragging each other up along the straightaway. Not much is going to happen yet.
You know who's closing in on them?
Right now, I'm watching I was watching almost a pass. Antonio trying to get by Michael Morrison, but it didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, that battle is still very much alive. Ove Trader Grade starting to creep into this picture, though. Richie, he's been just a tick faster than these 3 in front of him. He is on his way, already picking up 4 spots in the field. Obey inside the top 10 now, maybe looking to claw his way into the top 5.
Yeah, usually we see him start much higher in the grid, so I don't know if he just had some problems, but it looks like he's got a fairly decent car. Just got to be a little patient here and see if he can get by these 3 guys in front of him.
Let's go up to 3rd. I was just watching this and back to it now. Lepisto really under threat now from Ruicola. This battle has gotten very close. I just wonder though if Ruicola is just holding station here right now, being careful. Still quite a bit of a race left to go.
Yeah, looking at the front of basically Anti's car, he's got a little damage on the left front wing, so I don't know if that's hurting him down the straightaway or not. But yeah, absolutely, Ruicola's stalking him. Hopefully, maybe trying to set him up for when we get down to Moss Corner here.
Yeah, you always look for that mistake in Moss. Neither one of them really make it there.
Yeah, no, they're just kind of holding steady here, but he's right in his draft, so I don't know how strong it is, how far away you have to be back for these cars to really pick it up, but you know, he's right on him right now.
Yeah, he's in it right now. Richie, it's about 0.4 of a second.
Well, he is right there.
Yeah, that was a good run up the Andretti straight. Well, nothing changed at the very front. Journo still our leader, and since the green flag dropped, he's now put a 2.5 seconds in between himself and Juha Norlampi. Let me go back to this battle we've been watching between Lepisto and Ruicola. They occupy the 3rd and 4th spots, and it's Nino Moreira who's kind of slipped back in no man's land back there in 5th right now.
Yeah, Gurno's just running steady, 107.3s. Him and Juha are running about the same lap times, but obviously Gurno's been a dominant driver this season. That's why he's so far out in the points as well. He doesn't seem to make very many mistakes, so once he gets up front, you know, he's hard to catch. Yeah, I know Juha's doing everything he can, but just can't quite get close enough here.
Okay, let's go back to Ruicola real quick. Ruicola right up under the wing of Anti Lepisto. Going to try it from the outside, Richie. No, backs out of it.
Didn't have it. Yeah, he's going to try. Ooh, thought he was going to stick his nose. Gets a little bit of slide there. Lost some space, but he's closing in. He wants that spot. And a little bit of this work is bringing Nuno back into the play as well.
Yeah, so much for the no man's land that I vanquished him to there. He is he's all over it now.
I've been watching this battle with Antonio, Michael Morrison. Nothing's changed, but man, Antonio's giving everything he's got. He's dropping wheels, going over curbs. He's got a little damage on his front wing as well, so I don't know if that's hurting him trying to make that pass on the straightaway.
Very well could be the his Achilles heel on that straightaway. If the arrow is not right, he could be losing hundredths of a second there. Kind of dipping through the field here to just check in on everybody. You know, we go all the way to the back. Andrew Eng has picked up a spot, and Tibor Whitman has picked up a spot. Those two having a pretty good battle. Gilto is the last car on the track right now in 23rd. We had those 4 early casualties, Porcido, Suarez, Gizdarvek, and Johnny Bell.
Yep, Antonio trying to go around the outside here. I was just watching that. I was just going to say he's our big mover from 20th 11, but he's kind of stalled out here.
He has.
Stuck behind Michael, and he's trying. I think he's going to get by him, or it's going to end in tears. Something's going to happen.
Oh, boy. That looked pretty bold there for a second.
Ooh, that's a tough spot. But here he is up on the curb trying to make it happen. I think he's just sitting there just trying to make Michael make a mistake. But Michael, in that lovely lavender car, is just holding steady here.
Lovely lavender. I remember that one in my crayon box. Tell you what, Morrison digging hard, but Antonio digging just as hard. Going to lose a little bit out of Moss there, but again, gets back in the toe here. Seems to be closing it down. Is it going to be enough, though, to get to the outside as they head into the turn? I don't think so. He's not going to get there in time. The laps just keep ticking away. We'll start lap 13 across the line with these two.
Yeah, he's working hard there, Antonio. I'm watching him, and he's, missing apexes here, clipping curbs. So, I think if he just kind of settles down a little bit and just kind of times it, he should be able to get by him, but he's kind of just overdriving the car a little bit, I think.
Okay, so we were watching a group before led by Timu Vascalampi. Guess what, folks? Nothing's changed there. Vascalampi still holding down 7th. Fernandez there in 8th. John Stevens and Ove Trendgrade. And Trendgrade has really, really got to Stevens now. And I wonder if we're going to see his march to try and get through this group. Ove, not the greatest qualifying effort here today. And we know he's got more speed in his car than that. So let's see here if maybe he's got an opportunity coming up.
Watching Antonio trying to get on the outside. Here he goes. Oh, he squeezes him out. Oh, I think he's got. Oh, no, he doesn't. Michael's not giving up here. Boy. Oh! And he just runs in the back and takes him out. There you go.
Well, it's Richie. He had a run at him there, and both of them took that turn differently, and then they got together. Morrison going to be the big loser. We'll look at it from above real quick. Richie, I mean, what do you see here? What do you think?
Well, we could see that Antonio was getting frustrated, I think, and unfortunately, Michael had to pinch it off lift, and Antonio didn't, and just basically drills him.
Yeah.
And takes off. And unfortunately for Michael, he's got a lot of damage on his car, his rear wing, front wing, and he is fading fast here.
Well, it was a good battle. It was a bit of a ticking time bomb, I guess, and well, we were there to bring you the action. Now the battle's for 11th. Oh, Benedict Ferreira, and he's going to get around for up to 11th.
That was a good job there. He's got some damage, Frank does, on that front car. See a lot of front wing damage on these guys.
Yeah, I wonder if a lot of them are picking it up down there in Moss, to be honest with you. The curbs get a little high down there. Boy, and Frank does have some pretty good damage on that wing, man. That's with that might even come some suspension damage. So he is really got to be fighting it some, I'm thinking. I'd be curious to see if Ferreira can fight back and take advantage of that here. Oh, and you know what? Robert Simpkins just had a problem. I don't know if our director can catch it, but Simpkins goes off really bad at the end of the Andretti straight. He tried to make a bold move, and it didn't work out. He was trying to get around Stinson, and I think he just comes in way too hot here. Simpkins in the yellow car.
Oh, he took a really late pass there, and he probably just didn't even know he was there until it was too late. So I would say that it's just a racing incident. I'm watching a battle with Antti and Kalle. Ruocola's really dove in there on the Moss corner, and he's going to be on him here. See, this is another battle where I think Ruocola's getting a little bit frustrated. So we'll see how this ends.
Ruocola needs these points. So,
although I believe Ruocola is from Finland, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah, they're a little calmer than the Italian drivers. So, let's see if he can just be cool, calm, and he's faster than him. He's just got to find his moment.
Well, Sans Journo and Nuno Moreira, they're all Finns up here in the top 6 right now.
Everybody's kind of spread out down the pack here.
Oh, and there was a pass. Journo having to get around. Oh, I'm sorry. Was getting around James Stinson, but Stinson let him go there. Journo really fighting through his first bit of traffic, and he clears Stinson and Tybor Williams there. Now puts some more space between him and Juha.
Yeah, he's got 2 lap cars in between them, and they've been running about the same lap times. Gurno's been a little bit faster, but they just don't make any mistakes. So, I mean, it's tough when you're Juha in that position. You just, what are you going to do? And you got to really get the qualifying result and the start, I guess.
Well, they both get through that bit of traffic clean, and they'll have more coming up here soon. In fact, coming up right now in the 19 of Andrew Eng. Eng's had a decent race. He has picked up a few spots. He's going to get out of the way, though, and let Journo go right by.
Still watching this battle with Antti and Uokula. Not much is happening, but Antti comes into Moss corner, just dives right up behind him, tries to get the run, but he just loses that drive off the corner and just can't quite make it up here. Got some lap traffic though to play with, so we'll see how this plays out. And really I wonder if Antti just has, it's just really trimmed out compared to Ruokola, and it's just paying dividends.
Yeah, well, I think the traffic might help sort this out for Ruokola. You do this just right. Well, didn't get much help from the track. Tibor moves out of the way, and that's actually going to slow. Oh, no, that's going to slow Kyle Ruokola down.
Yeah, he did a good job getting out of the way as soon as he could, but just the way the timing works.
Yep.
I think Ruokola is faster than him, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him catch back up. But I think that, like I said, I think maybe Antti's got a little less downforce, so he's slower in the braking zones, but faster at the end of the straight.
Yeah, these guys are generally pretty good about sharing secrets with us post-race, so certainly a question maybe for later if we can get them in the booth. Always curious to see what they prefer on certain tracks.
We got a battle here with John Stevens in 8th place. He's got Ove right behind him.
Of course, Ove looking for more here. Continuing to move up through the field. It's kind of stalled out in 9th.
Yeah, he caught up to this pack fairly quickly, but then he just can't quite get any closer than he is right now. So I don't know what's going on, but he's kind of that's where he's been for most of the race.
Stevens' car still looks pretty good, pretty solid, and running times very comparable to Ove's right now. So he's going to be hard to catch.
Yeah, and those guys were all packed up behind Timo for a while, but Sergio and Timo's pulled away, and there's about a 2-second gap now to John Stevens. Then we got Antonio there running 10th. After his incident, he's got some damage as well, so he's a good 13 seconds back in 10th spot.
Andrew Eng just had an off track. I think that might be an ender for him. Car snapped on him really bad, and he had to tow back, and we have caught the replay of that, actually. Richie, it just looks like he lost the grip here.
Yeah, he's just right around the outside, and it's easy to do, Oh, that was strange. Real strange. That's not even really a corner there, so I don't know if he dropped his left rear tires on the grass or what.
It snapped on him real quick, and it buried him into that barrier. That didn't sound right.
Now we got Gurno up on the screen there. He's holding steady, about 1.2 gap over Juha. Like I said, Juha closed in about 4/10 on that last lap. I don't know if traffic had to play, but if he can get a little bit closer, he might be able to pick up the draft and give Gurno a little bit of a hard time.
Yeah, Juha definitely has improved his pace here now with that last lap, and has picked up some time, and it's time to go. Richie, we've actually passed the halfway point officially in this race. And we'll call it the closing laps. It's going by so quickly.
Absolutely. Now, basically, Ruocolo is closed back in on Antti. You know, he dropped about 4/10 on him this last lap as well. So maybe he's starting to make his charge.
And this is not the only battle. It's a good one, but man, we've got them breaking out all over the track right now. Ove catching up here. Let's go back to that real quick, because I think things are going to erupt between him and Stevens here. They're catching 7th. This could get fun, Richie. Oh, back to Lepisto Rucola.
He's got that run up the straightaway. Just can't quite get it done. But like I say, I see a little bit of anxiety in Ruocola's driving, and he knows the laps are ticking down. That's that final podium spot, so it's kind of important.
Yeah, you know, I said it before. Rucola really needs these points. He's not going to get these points if he wrecks the car. And certainly not going to feel real good about the fact that if he wrecks Lepisto, that's not the way Rucola wants these points. Right there. I really think I think this is all about wing for Rucola, and I think just missed the mark on the setup, because Richie, I just don't see it right now. Rucola just doesn't seem to be able to make that pass.
Yeah, he's really good under brakes going into Moss Corner, but then gets the run, but, you know, just kind of stalls out. And, you know, he just needs a little bit more to make that pass. But he's trying, man. He's right there.
Yeah.
Right on him here. If he can go on the inside on this next corner, I mean, it's a little sketchy. But if he needs the points, he might be just sitting there maybe hoping that Juha makes a mistake.
Might be in line for the Try Hard award today. So we'll keep track of that. And all those battles I talked about and how great they were, man, they all of a sudden, Francisco Gutierrez having just a slight problem. He's actually being chased by Steve Sarles. Sarles going to get by. Gutierrez just misses getting to that tire barrier. We'll stay on the replay here for Richard St. John, who also had a problem.
Ooh. Yep, hit that inside curb, and he's able to get going. Got a little damage, but, you know. It's gonna,
wait, Trent Gray. Trent Gray just spins off track. Going into Clayton Corner. That's just a mistake by Ove.
Just goes in, gets a little bit loose over the hill. Car does get light. And unfortunately now he's mowing the lawn.
Boy, did a good job of saving it. I'll give him that.
Boy, Ruocolo has not given up on Antti. Antti's, if he gets this third place, he's going to earn it.
Reminds me of an old TV commercial. He'll earn it. You remember that one, Richie? Come on now.
Oh, yeah, I'm old enough to remember that.
You know, I'm still not sure things are settled back here for 6th place, because Vascola, geez, and I go away from that for a second, and now it happens. Now Ruocolo with problems.
Yeah, he's been trying really hard in the Moss Corner there every time, and just overdrove it just a little bit. Now he's lost a lot of time to Antti. Oops, got a little wide. Dirt.
Yep.
All right, let's try again.
Man, I have made that mistake in that turn. I can't count the number of times. And Moss grabs a victim, and that's a shame. That, again, it was a great battle until it wasn't right there. And Morrison in the pit. Now, Richie, that lavender machine, it's lavender for a reason. He's been running that for a while. That's an ode to the old Egyptian colors back in Formula One, and he brought that to our attention some time ago.
That definitely stands out. Unfortunately, he had a lot of damage from that wreck with Antonio, so I think he just gave up the ghost there.
Battle for the 11th is a decent one. That's Frank Van Dyke, who's had his problems today, but you know what? Is just outside the top 10. Fernando Ferreira looking to maybe try and get a piece of this battle. Ferreira has had a decent race, up 5 spots. In 12th right now with the number 21 on that car in an SOF race. That's going to be a decent day if he can hold it on the track.
Yeah, it's a good points day for him. The other thing I'm watching is Timo. Sergio's closed up about 0.8 of a second to him. Not quite close enough to make a pass, but he's definitely starting to squeeze Timo a little bit here.
Yeah, and you know, I've seen Timo make a couple of mistakes today throughout this race. That's why I'm just not certain that this battle is over. I mean, I just Sergio can just hold pace here. I think he's really got a shot at him.
Yeah, he's running about around about the same lap times that last one, but it was about 0.3 faster the lap before. Everybody's kind of just spread out just evenly here. This is probably the best battle right now, at least in the top 10.
Well, Juha Norlampi passing some more traffic here up front. Journo Frisch, though, now 2.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah, like I said, Gurno just doesn't make any mistakes, and he's just motoring along here just like he has been all season.
Yeah, he's made it especially tough on Juha today by getting out to, 1, a great start, and 2, just continuing to build that lead. Traffic really hasn't been an issue. Everybody getting out of the way pretty quickly. Same for Juha, but Gurno just really, really on top of it here at Mosport today.
And then Timo and Sergio going through some lap traffic has allowed Sergio close up to about 0.5 of a second. So if he can close it up about 1/10 or 2 more before they get on the back straight, he might have a run at him at the end. And here they come. Going over the hill. It's a lot steeper in person than it looks on camera. And then it just goes straight up, over, and then here back onto the straightaway. He's got a good run here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I lost my thought there. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Here we go. Sergio's he's not quite there, but you know, he's getting close enough to where Timo might start feeling the heat and start making mistakes. You know, all it takes is to drop the wheel one time or clip the curb to really ruin it for you.
Well, Vascalampi's done a good job of managing the damage on that front wing here throughout, but Fernandez again is just seems to have a little bit quicker car. He's continuing to close. Nice run there down the hill out of Clayton.
This is where you got to get a good run out of this corner down the hill. Oh, making a mistake there, Sergio, getting a little wide, and that's going to kill his run right now.
That didn't help. Didn't help at all.
Yeah, if he's not careful, he's going to have to worry about John Stevens and coming up there.
All right, let's go back to 11th. Frank still trying to hold off Fernando Ferreira here.
Yeah,
These
Fernando's
two have been hooked up for a little
run.
while.
Yeah, they have been. And you can see Frank's got quite a bit of damage on the front wing, so it's definitely not helping him any. But, you know, Fernando got a good run through that Moss corner area,
Yeah.
but he's not getting much of the draft either here.
Gonna get it late, maybe a little too late to make a pass, but certainly brings it down. Now just 0.3 of a second. That's even closer. Whoa, what a nice charge through there.
Yeah, you see Frank's got some understeer going on with that front wing damage, so he's struggling. And here comes Fernando. He's right on him. He might be able to make a move. Oop, no, he lifts a little bit. Lifts a little bit right here. But you can see that Frank's struggling a little bit with that front end of that car, so it's keep washing out on him. And it's really allowing Fernando to, get those runs in the middle of the center of the corner out here.
It was a great onboard shot there with Fernando.
Coming up to Moss corner once again, see if he can square this off and is back on the gas. He didn't really get a good run, it didn't look like, so he's going to have to try again.
Yep, Rene Leal getting out of the way, letting those two go by and fight. Leal had an incident and looked like it started coming out of Moss and getting onto the Andretti straight. You know what? We've got that on a replay. We'll stick with it until Ove Trengrade's got a decision to make here. He's just behind that. Leal right in the middle of the track. Ove had to take an evasive move to the outside. Kind of pinched him to stay in the pavement.
But I'll say Leal did the right thing by just doing nothing. Let Ove make a decision and then let him go by, then decide to turn.
Yeah, you start moving, backing up or going forward, and you make it really, really difficult on traffic coming through. That's a really good point, Richie. Yeah, it's a common question, too. People just getting started on the iRacing servers. What should I do? You just answer it. It's sometimes staying put is really what you should do.
Yeah, because as Ove comes around the corner, he sees the car. You get one shot at it. So if he started to go to the right and then Leal decides to back up, there's no point. There's no chance to fix it. So he definitely did the right thing. Still watching this battle with Timo and Sergio. Sergio's still trying, and he's caught back up after his mistake he made earlier, but he's not quite close enough.
All right, well, we got 7 laps to go. Let's let everybody know where our top 10's at. We've got Journo Frisch still very much in the lead of this race. It's still being followed by Juha Norlampi. Juha had a great drive today. Nothing wrong with it, but just not enough to catch Journo. He solidly sits in second place. Antti Lepisto still holding down third. Had a great battle with Cairo Kohler for most of this race until Kaya had a little bit of problem and now sits in fourth. And all 4 of these drivers still being chased by Nuno Moreira. Nuno having a bit of a quiet day. I would say it's will not have any controversy when this one is over, as Nuno has really put on a good show, but not really in any fights, any battles today. Richie, take the next 5.
Yeah, we'll go down to 6th place with Timo. Started 7th, 6th place. He's pretty much been here the rest of the race. He's been fighting off Sergio, who's now in 7th. They swapped spots from the start of the race, and Sergio's had his battles, but he can't quite get there. Go back down to John Stevens. Started 12th, moved up 4 spots. That's good for him. He's had to fight off Ove for a while. Ove made a mistake himself early on, kind of fell back. Had that incident where he had to get around Leal. So he's just kind of hanging tight. Then we go down to Antonio, our Italian driver, who's we saw a great battle with Michael Morrison, I believe it was. Unfortunately, ended up in a little bit of contact, and he's been moving up as well, and but he's kind of just stayed there. He's been our hard charger, it looks like, 20th to 10th.
Yeah, and it has been a pretty solid race, except for that one problem he did have with Morrison all the way back in 16th. Another hard charger is James Stinson, the Canadian. Done a good job. Really 10 spots, started 26th right there at the back of the pack, and has had a good day here. The car actually looks in pretty good shape, Richie.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the front of this, because Juha making that late what has become a familiar late charge here. Maybe Journo just hanging the carrot out a little bit and encouraging this, but they do have some traffic in front of them. It could get interesting here with about 4.5 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, he was 2 seconds ahead. He's dropped it down to 9/10. I don't know if Gurno got tired of us not watching him on the broadcast, decided to make it interesting, but he's a little ragged, it looks like. You know, and Yuha's just staying steady. We'll see if lap traffic can come into play for either one of them. Looks like they'll both cleanly get by him at the end of the straightaway here. Well, looks like they're going to split the two with the lap car. But yeah, Yuha is definitely starting to put the heat on Gurno. So, you know, we'll see if that kind of ruffles Gurno's feathers a little bit. Maybe starts making a mistake. We'll have a battle for the lead pretty soon. This lap traffic's crazy right now.
Yes, it is.
It's like 3 cars they got to play with, and oh, there he goes. He took a charge. He is right there, and we might see a hell of a run coming up out of Moss Corner coming up soon.
The preacher cometh,
and he is close enough here. If he's got any kind of pace, he is in the draft.
Wow, and just like that, it changed. I mean, Journo was up about, what, at one point, 2.5, just over 2.5 seconds. And what we thought was an insurmountable lead. Here comes Yuha Norlappen to make it exciting for 3 more laps. Yuha got to dig down deep here.
Absolutely. Gurno's sliding that car around quite a bit, so I don't know if the setup's going away from him a little bit, but Yuha's definitely made a late charge. That last lap, you know, Yuha was good 0.6 faster. Of course, lap traffic helped that, but he's definitely got the pace to try to win this race here at the end.
And Richie, they've got some more traffic in front of them, just a couple of cars, and whereas they'll probably pull out of the way, it all depends on where on the track they catch them. So we know it can get very tricky, but going to come up on the same situation here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to catch those guys on the straightaway, so probably not going to be any kind of, I don't know, they're pretty far away. They might not get there until the end of the straightaway, which will impede them through the S's.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up should be 2 laps to go, coming up fairly quickly here.
Oh, boy. They're not going to catch him in a great spot at this point.
I believe that's Antonio, our top 10 driver, right in front of him. Ooh, bad spot to try to catch him. That's given Yuha
here comes
a nice
Yuha.
run. Boy, I would have given him all the credit in the world if he would have made that pass around the outside.
You'd have had a new hero.
Right?
Now Frisch is on it. Now Frisch is really concerned about this race, and he's the car is sliding.
Oh, here Antonio getting in the way at the wrong time. Oh, that's not going to make Gurno very happy for sure.
Antonio trying to hang on to the lead lap. He's got the leaders right behind him.
Yeah, it's no time to be doing that. He needs to get out of the way and just let these guys fight for their win here.
Oh, boy, that was so close.
I thought that was going to be a contact for sure.
Yeah.
Antonio not making many friends today out there.
And the white flag is out. It belongs to Journo Frisch right now, but don't count Yuha Norlappen out. Still fighting for this spot. Oh, this is going to end quick.
Yeah, I think that Gurno's got it, unless they has a problem. I don't think Yuha's caught him, but like we always say, it's much different to try to pass him than catch him. And they come into Moss corner for the last time. Yuha's getting a good run off that corner, but a little bit of wheel spin.
Yeah,
I think this is going to be our finishing order.
That might have been the ender there. That just little bit of wheel spin for Yuha, just that might have did it. He can't catch him here on the straight now. It's not going to get any better here. Journo going to blaze through there and do like he's done all race. Going to get it to the left, and he's going to get it back to the right here real quick out of whites. And going to come across your winner here today at Mosport, Journo Frisch. Yuha Norlampi going to bring it home in second. Antti Lepisto, a big third place finish over Kaya Ruokola. Ruokola kind of dug down and came back late, but not enough. Nuno Moreira going to get that fifth place finish. Teemu Vaskalampi still waiting for Teemu to get around here and has pulled away from Sergio Fernandez. And Teemu going to get that seventh place finish today. Got to get through the S's here one last time. Just that mistake from Fernandez a few laps ago. Just not able to recover from that, Richie.
Nah, he just wasn't able to make that happen and gave it a good try. I'm seeing like Ove not on the track.
Think he was the last car to lead up.
Okay. Sure yeah. So yeah. He finished he was. So he finished a lap earlier. So yeah. So a good ninth place for him as well.
Good, fast, competitive race here at Mosport. We're going to take a quick break here on the Global SimRacing Channel. We'll be back with the conclusion of the CTC Lotus 79 Championship here today. Welcome back on the Global SimRacing Channel. Another great race here in the CTC Lotus 79 Championships. And today it was won by Journo Frisch. Another big win here for the Diaz driver. He'll finish first. Juha Norlampi with a great late charge. He'll finish second today. Antti Lepisto third. Cairo Cola fourth. Nuno Moreira fifth. That's how your top five started, folks. Teemu Vaskalampi will finish sixth today. Sergio Fernandez seventh. John Stevens eighth. Ove Trengarade 9th, and Antonio Archidiacono will finish 10th.
Yeah, coming up in 11th spot is Fernando Ferreira. Frank Bened. Frank. He finished 12th. We got 13th and Steve Sarles. 14th, Francisco Gutierrez. 15th, Danielle Gutusu. 16th, James Stinson. 17th, Tibor Whitman. 18th, Gilles Tau. 19th, Renee Leal, who had that one spin we saw. And 20th is Richard St. John.
Okay, and get these last few in here. All had their share of trouble. Michael Morrison, unfortunately, 21st for him. Andrew Ang, 22nd. Robert Simpkins, 23rd. Johnny Bell with a 24th place finish today. Pablo Lombardo Suarez, 25th. Adnan Nistarovec and David Porcidu will finish 27th. Those three involved heavily in that opening lap crash. But, boy, this race was not decided by that crash. It was decided by a couple of great battles out there on track. Let's bring in our winner, Journo Frisch. Congratulations on another big win here today, Journo. It looked like a pretty good race there until the very end, and it got a little tight around the collar, didn't it?
Hi, Sean. Definitely. In the beginning, I was pushing a lot, tried to open up a little gap, and I felt quite confident. And in the end, it all vanished, and it got really stressful there. Now,
noticed the lap traffic there at the end wasn't quite as easy to get around. For most of the race, it looked like everybody were on pretty good behavior. I think one of the problems with this track is that it's so fast that mistakes can be kind of magnified here, can't they?
Definitely. Usually we're used to lappers giving room, so. If you know the people that you're driving against, it's much easier. You can really rely on them. And in this one, there were some surprises, and it's definitely not an easy track for lapping. For both sides, it's not easy, and there are also some really dangerous corners. When I think of turn 2, which is here really on the edge with that car, and if you have to lap there, it's really, really painful.
Well, listen, it was a fun race to watch. This is a great track to get out on and just really experience the raw speed of this Lotus 79. Would you compare this to, like I had mentioned it earlier in the broadcast, but would you compare this to like a super speedway if there was one for road racing? Would this be it?
I can't really judge that. Usually I don't do oval racing, so I don't compare it to super speedway. It's definitely a great car for a great track for the Lotus, because this car really likes fast flowing corners. So it's one of the really good tracks, but a little bit short maybe.
Well, Journo, we will celebrate your championship next week, because that'll be the proper thing to do at the last race of the season. You do plan to be with us?
Not 100% sure, but yeah, I hope so.
Okay, just in case, then we'll congratulate you on which unofficially right now would be a championship. So it's been a great season, and we really hope to see you next week. Anybody you'd like to thank real quick?
Thanks you guys for doing great broadcasts all season long. I hope to be here next week, and the championship's over when it's over. So see you guys.
Okay, buddy. We really hope you are, and thanks again for a great season and for being with us today. Richie, I'm going to let you talk to the preacher, Juha Norlampi, here with us today, and he had a big run.
Juha really gave us some excitement there at the end. It seemed like the race kind of held steady, about a 2-second gap, and then about with 3 laps to go, you were just all over him.
Yeah, it was because of those lapped cars, and Gernot has a very good pace this time again, and I just wanted to stay close enough if something happens there at the front, and then attack if there is an opportunity. But he managed to overtake those few lapped cars at the last few laps very well. So there was no room for me to try any overtake maneuvers. But well, it was a fun race.
Yeah, it was fun to watch, and like I say, for a while they're just kind of holding steady, and then you guys caught up to those lap cars just at the wrong time. I thought you were going to be able to make a move a couple times, but Gurno was just steady pace there. So congratulations on the second place there. Will we see you at the last race of the season?
Well, I'm kind of retiring now for the racing for a while at least. I don't know if I can come to race that last race at all. I have no motivation anymore. A few weeks have been so lack of motivation, and well, I just have been cruising here. But there is a possibility that I can come still at one race, but then I think I just put my gloves away and stop doing this at the top level at least, because it takes so much time and so much energy, and there is much more to do in life now when I'm healthy. And I wish that everyone has liked my company, and I have always enjoyed every race with every top guys and every guys here. It's a very good forum here, and I recommend to everyone to try this Lotus 79 car. It's one of the best, I think, for the series, and it's a lot of fun. But perhaps we see sometimes in the near future or some day. But I want to thank you, Richie, and Amjed, and Sean, of course, my buddy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
hi.
I got to get a word in here. I mean, you're breaking really, really big news right here on this broadcast today.
Yeah.
I'm finding it hard to believe, to be honest with you. I'm going to miss you. We got to stay in touch. All right.
Yes,
So
of course.
we'll connect outside of this broadcast. But listen,
Yeah.
man, you're one of the most exciting drivers in this series to watch, and to have come to know you a little bit and know what you have overcome over the years with CFS, and to have defeated it. Listen, you have my full and total support to go out and live life a little bit, and I can't wait to see you back on track soon.
Yeah, I'm very, very thankful for your kind words, Sean, and I want to thank God for everything that He has done for me. The health is from Him, and I'm just lucky and a lucky guy. But yes, I'm thinking of other things in life now. I have plans to do something more useful, I suppose, and spend more time with my wife and do those evangelist works also in the near future. So keep your thoughts in good places, and I hope that God will bless you all in the near future and all the days that you come. And remember that Jesus has died for all of us, and we have a possibility to have eternal life. See you guys. Bye-bye.
All right, and we'll see you, Yuha, man.
We'll see you, Yuha.
Richie, I'll tell you what, one of the great guys in this series, and one of the great guys on this planet, period. Really amazing story he has. And boy, I think in some of the races we've called with him, just in really not good health, and really struggling to just stay in the race, and somehow finds his way on the podium just about every time. One last driver to get through here. Let's talk to Michael Morrison. A bit of an interesting day there for you, Michael. You were involved in a great battle until it came to an end. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. He thought I passed through Moss. He must have missed my or lost my race yesterday, where I actually passed through Moss twice on the outside, but instead I could only pass her in Quebec today. But yeah, it was just a racing incident. We were trying to do the over-under on me, and it was just a combination of me trying to back up the corner and him trying to time it, and just got in the back of me, and the car was pretty difficult to drive after that.
Yeah, once you bang this car up a little bit, and it's difficult to drive. It's difficult to drive with it not banged up, and with a little bit of damage, it's a real bear. But I'll tell you what, listen, you fought till the end, and just take this one away as experience, and then we have a fun race in store next week. You looking forward to that?
Oh wait, are the 79s doing the banking as well? No, okay,
no,
good.
they're not. Yes,
that would be a little bit too insane if they were doing the banking as well. But yeah, Yeah, that'll be an interesting week, I guess. I'm not really good at really sharp chicanes and really slow corners to this car. Yeah, so I'll probably be a couple attempts back, but you never know.
Well, you'll have all week to get ready for it, and we can't wait to see you there. Anybody you'd like to thank real quick, Mike?
Not really. Thanks, Son. Have a good Memorial Day.
Okay, you too, buddy, and we'll see you next week. That's Michael Morrison, and Michael wound up finishing in 21st today. Like I said, was involved in a great battle, Richie, but that's going to wrap up another one here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. We're going to let all of you step back away, get back to your DVRs, and, well, watch the start of the Indy 500 and enjoy that. But we want to thank the Lotus 79 Classic Team Championship for choosing GSRC as their exclusive broadcast company. And remember, folks, the original music that gives every GSRC broadcast that unique flavor and feel is thanks to Eric Ekholm and Casey Lalonde. See the screen now for how to contact each of them. Now, the Lotus 79 Classic Team Championship returns in 1 week, Sunday, June the 3rd, where we head back across the ocean to Italy for a trip to Monza. GSRC will be there to bring you all the action. We hope you join us. Sliding across your screen now are some of the upcoming broadcasts we've got going. Check those out. Mark them down on your calendar if you'd like more information about the Global Sim Racing Channel, including a complete list of future broadcasts. You can go to our website at globalsimracingchannel.com. You can also just stay right here on YouTube. All of our upcoming broadcasts you can find here on our page, but you need to subscribe to real quickly by hitting the button down there. It's illuminated in red and it says subscribe. Do that now. We're also on social media. Find us on Twitter at GSR Channel. Facebook, yes, like us on Facebook. Keep track of what we've got going on social media. GlobalSimRacingChannel.com is, Global Sim Racing Channel. Just type that in all one word. That's how you get us on Facebook. Not Facebook. Boy, Richie, I've totally screwed this outro, and I apologize. Just lost my train of thought. Folks, finally, on behalf of my booth mate, Richie Hearn, who I just love working with, our director, Amjad Yaman, who I love working with as well, and our camera artist, Dougie Beard, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. With that said, we're off to have fun storming the castle for old buddy Soup. So until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.